This week on Weekend at EFFYs, hear me fucking lose my cool. It's crazy. I kind of lose it there for a second. We're going to talk about all the fun of movies. We're going to talk about all right, fuck it. We're going to talk about when Alley Catch fucking tried to kill me, okay? That's what we're going to talk about. We get into it for a long time, and I try to build around it, but it's the fucking deal. It's what happens, and it's just, take it from here. For a long time, and I try to build around it, but it's the fucking deal. It's what happens, and it's just, take it from here. It's Dawson's Creek. It's the theme song from Dawson's Creek. You know who sang it? The theme song from Dawson's Creek?
Who?
I don't want to wait for I don't know. I was hoping you knew. Hey, Siri, who sang the theme song for Dawson's Creek?
I found 7.
James Van Der Beek did not sing the theme song. You crazy. We don't know.
Lucy.
We'll never know. She went and got it. She went and got the bed. She's literally, she's kind of a legend. Peter, we got to say it. She's kind of a legend. The bed was hidden away from young Lucifer because she was chawing it down like a wild little horse. And guess what, horsey? We took the bed away, we thought. But no, it was, don't go back down there, Bebop, you little rat. Come here, rat boy. Rat boy. Rat boy. Welcome to Weekend at EFFYs. It's a beautiful fall day, and my life is just continuously dotted with people turning their backs on me. Are you turning your back on me today,
No.
Peter? I'll say this, Peter. It's actually really easy. I was thinking about this the other day. Imagine you walked up to a fairground and there was a set of carnival games. And one of the carnival games they said, you just hit that guy with a stick and you'll get all your wildest dreams. All your wildest dreams will come true. And you go, well, who is it? And so he's that nice guy over there who just wants to just make it better and have a good time and entertain everyone. You hit him with a stick and you get all your dreams. And I just don't understand why you would be my friend first. That seems like a long train a coming. But I will say this, thank God the EFFY hater blockers are in stock from effylives.com/merch. EFFY is fine with the logo. They come in black, they come in yellow. I already shipped a bunch of them out today. It was beautiful. I was waiting for my shipping bags to get in that fit the actual thing, but they're these are UV 400 UV protection. Incredible.
You're gonna need it.
I'm gonna need blocking from the sun and from the haters because everyone. I just don't. What am I supposed to do now? We'll get into it. We can get into all of that. We had a big weekend. We had a big eventful time, and I went all over the world, and we had so much fun on this trip. But first, should we do questions?
Yes.
Now, listen, typically the questions are coming from our beautiful, wonderful patrons on the Patreon, weekendateffys.com. This is an important thing to helping our podcast stay functional, to helping young independent artists like myself and Peter have the platform and timing to do this. And we bought a lot of cool equipment. There's a lot of cool equipment. So let us keep doing that. Support the Patreon. But this week, we actually went out to the general public and gave you a taste of what it would be like if you were on the Patreon, if you could ask whatever you wanted every week. And I was forced by law and by blood oath to answer any question that comes through that thing that Peter tells me I have to answer. So sign up now, weekendateffys.com, and you can learn so much more about me.
I know you've had a lot going on just with everything this past weekend and the recent betrayals that you mentioned. So we're just going to hop into some of that stuff. Did you see the new Good Burger sequel? What did you think?
I think they crossed the picket line, and I haven't watched it. Hold on.
Bless you.
I'm allergic to scabs. You know what? I think it's probably a fine film. Isn't it a Paramount Plus exclusive or something?
Probably.
Either way, I'm sure it'll end up on my radar one day. The original Good Burger as a film, not even that good, but it's great for the time that I saw it, which was as a baby child. Yeah, I'm a big Kenan Thompson fan. There's one particular scene from Kenan and Kel that just haunts my memory, where Kel makes the family mac and cheese, and the family says, "This is not good, Kel. What did you make this with?" "We didn't have any cheese or macaroni." And he said, "Well, yeah, instead of noodles, I used chunks of lard. And instead of cheese, I used mustard." And it stuck with me throughout my whole adult life, this scene, how it went down. So, I'm sure I'll find a way around creating that. My little hobble girl right now, she's having some struggles. You just got to let her roll around with it a little bit.
Hi, baby.
Just gotta let her roll around a little bit. It'll be fine.
What
did you see Good Burger 2?
No.
Come on.
No.
Did you see Good Burger 1?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All
fine.
right. Don't act like this is some big revelation. There's a possibility we all saw Good Burger 2. That's the society we live in.
I mean, if you buy the idea of the multiverse, there is a reality where everybody saw Good Burger 2.
Yeah, I saw Deadpool versus Wolverine, and they did kind of explain a lot.
Oh,
of
you
that.
did see that?
Yeah.
Oh.
You didn't know that? It
What'd you think?
was awesome.
Oh.
It was so silly. Ryan Reynolds, that guy's so silly.
I feel like you were hiding that from me.
Was I?
Were you hiding that
I saw
from
it
me?
opening night.
Did you feel weird about
I don't
seeing
know.
it?
I just knew you had no interest in this film.
So you just didn't
Me
even
and AJ
mention
went
it?
opening night before I left for the weekend one time, whenever that was.
Huh.
And I was like already over there. So
Maybe you might have told me, but maybe
I think I did tell you. I don't think I've hidden this fact from you. I don't think this is like.
I think I just forgave you and moved on.
You're not going to watch it with me?
No.
Come on.
No.
It's great.
I mean, the thing about
Chris Evans is back as Johnny Flame
who?
from Fantastic Four.
No, I didn't see that one.
Come on.
I didn't see that one.
That one has the guy from The Shield as the Thing. What's his name?
Really?
Yeah.
Michael Chiklis?
Yeah, Michael Chiklis. It's awesome. Really cool. Isn't Scarlett Johansson in that too?
I have no
Doesn't she
idea.
play Sue Storm?
She's.
I think this movie ruled. The only movie I've ever walked out of in my whole life
Yeah.
is the Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. And I left because I was dating my, I think, elementary school's gym teacher's daughter. We were both in high school at this point. We weren't dating, actually. We just went on a date and we decided to make out in the car instead of going to continue watching this fucking movie. So I don't even know if the movie was horrible. But
I mean,
did
that's similar to
Oh, it's
my-
Jessica Alba, Michael Chiklis, Ian Grufford, and then Julia McMahon as Doctor Doom, who you may recognize from such films as Charmed and FBI. He's on the show FBI. What was he famous for? He was in something. Oh, the Nip Tuck guy. He's the Nip Tuck guy.
He's the Nip Tuck guy.
The Nip Tuck guy. Yeah. I walked out of the sequel.
The only movie I've walked out of, similarly to Hook Up in My Mom's Van, so similar reasons on that one, was Atonement.
Okay, I can see why you would not continue Atonement with someone you wanted to just do weird. I don't know. That's what a film.
What a film.
I can't. I have no further comment on Atonement.
No.
We really appreciate all your questions so far. Let's keep those rolling.
What do you call a witch on vacation?
Carnival Cruise Witch.
That's good, but it's a sandwich.
Oh, 'cause she's at the beach. Oh, Lord help us all. God bless. God bless America.
Hi, Effie and Petár. This is from our wonderful friend, Mr. Delaney.
Yes.
Effie, with his current most dastardly and hopefully last betrayal, will you and Manners and Chic please keep each other's backs safe? Also, I hate clowns. They scare me like the hell the Terrifier series is not for me. That's funny you mentioned the Terrifier series not being for you. I think I might be into Terrifier 3 from the sound of it.
All right, so does that mean you want to watch Terrifier 2? Or you just want to jump straight to 3?
I think I want to jump straight to 3.
If you haven't seen 2 and you jump straight to 3, there is a bit of funniness from the continuity of who they choose to add importance to as an actor or character. But I think you should just jump in. You should do the AJ, jump into the third movie of the series. I think you'll be fine. You'll enjoy it. I don't know how to protect myself from anyone right now. And I guess, here's what I have to decide. Okay, I'm at a bit of a crossroads. I have to go, okay, I can either close my heart off to the world completely, like Count Dracula when he locked himself away in the castle, because people just didn't understand why he needed to drink so much blood and keep zombie slaves for his sex desires. And that's not what I'm doing. But I'm saying, like, he had a reason to close himself from the world. And I have like 20 reasons to close myself off from the world. And I'm not going to do it. I'm going to continue to hug and open my heart and love unconditionally. And if people want to stab me in the back, I'm going to be Matthew McConaughey about it. Did you read his new book about the green light? Sometimes life's giving you the green light. Did you read any of this?
No.
It's incredible because one of the big things McConaughey focuses on, and just you can feel your heart beating like mine. We're both human beings. We're both human beings in the middle of a spectacular, experience of life. Not everybody even gets that, man. So think, if you are looking forward your whole life and you're doing your best and somebody comes along and they put a knife right in your back, okay, you're going to hurt, right? You got a knife in your back. There's no getting around it. But when they're going forward after they've knifed you in the back, they're going to spend the rest of their life looking back at everything. Looking back behind their shoulder, the people I've wronged, the things I've done, the people I've put down, the friends I've turned against, they're all possibly going to take me out. And you know what? I got a pretty sore back, man, a lot of stabbing, but I don't ever have to turn around and look behind my shoulder because I will take the pain and I'm not going to be going and causing revenge on somebody else. That's the green light choice, man. Green light, go ahead. Yellow light, hold up, buddy. Red light, they don't follow it. They break the laws. They're going through. They're putting knives in people's backs, man. You understand that? So that's how I'm kind of like trying to reflect and grow with that betrayal.
Has he done a Wes Anderson?
No.
Well, then
he should.
He should.
And he should wear a larger cowboy hat than even usual. Dallas Buyers Club. Did you ever see that one?
I skipped that one.
Did you? Okay.
I skipped that one.
It's very good.
I'm sure it's good.
Like,
I'm so allergic to
Oscar bait.
Well, I'm allergic to Oscar bait, but I'm also allergic to the front man of 30 Seconds to Mars.
I'm climbing a building.
And I've heard he's good in that. It's just the only movie I care for him in is Panic Room because he gets his fucking face blown off.
And doesn't he have cornrows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was a decision he made on his own. David Fincher
sense.
did not ask him to do that. He showed up to set and they went, well, shit, I guess we have to roll with this then. And it does work for the character, but it's an insane thing to do.
And knowing it's his choice does not help in any form or fashion. That's incredible. Yeah, I get that. He does sort of do a very Oscar baity, you're not a trans woman doing a trans woman thing, especially with AIDS. Like it's sensitive. But Matthew McConaughey is so good in that.
Yeah.
It's just kind of wild.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. My heart's been broken time and time again. It will continue to break, but I cannot let my heart close to the world. Right?
Right. What would you be for Halloween if logistics/money weren't an issue?
Okay. So I actually 100% know the answer to this. Have you seen that video from the ballet with the frog dancing around? It's like me when I take 300 milligrams of caffeine and don't eat breakfast. And it's like the frog doing ballet. So that was like stuck in my head. And then I got on Instagram and there's this company that makes like super insano silicone masks. And then you also can get a giant bullfrog silicone prop, but they're both like thousands of dollars each. And I would want to dress up as, the Frog and Toad, Mr. Frog and Mr. Toad. What is it?
Yeah, you got it.
Their Wild Ride, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Yeah.
I want to dress up like him, but hyper realistically, and carry around another frog with me. And maybe Bebop can be a frog. Bebop's Tom Selleck. Fully. You're Magnum P.I.
He is Magnum P.I.
Isn't that Tom Selleck?
He's both chipmunks.
Yeah, he is. He's what are they? Rick and Danger? What are their names?
Yeah, Rick and
Chip
Danger.
and Dale.
Chip and Dale.
Why did I think they were named Rick and Danger? Hi there, I'm Rick and I'm Danger and we're chipmunks and we live to fight crime. No way. I said Rick in danger. Losing my mind. He is both chipmunks. He's just like, I think he's close. Like, I don't want to leave her home alone here, and I don't want to take away Cranberry's time. But like, I have all legal rights, can bring him with me wherever I want. And I wasn't ready to do that, but I think we're closer than we've ever been. On a very short leash, on a waist leash. Don't you think he would have fun going to California?
He'd have fun.
But
I don't know if you'd have fun.
I wouldn't have fun at all. No.
Yeah.
I think it
That's
would.
a lot to keep up with.
It is a lot to keep up with, and he would stay by my side. I'm sure.
Because what I'm thinking of specifically is you calling to him
And him
in
just
the backyard
ignoring me.
and him ignoring
When
you.
you walked out and called him in, and then he just came, I was infuriated because I know he knows what he was doing, which was, I don't have to listen to you. You haven't been here in 5 days.
Uh-huh.
Why would I listen to
Yeah.
you? Oh, I'll listen to you. You've been here.
And then all yesterday he wouldn't come in because he's obsessed with the rabbits in the back, and he made contact again. And
I've warned the rabbits multiple times. I was like, listen, y'all, I cannot help you.
I don't want because he's starting to dig through the chicken coop, and I don't want him going in there.
Why?
Because he's going to be a dirty boy.
That is true. That's a good enough reason. I think he should have a little bit of murder. I'm hoping he gets something so he can get it out of his system. Or do you think it'll make it worse? And
I think
then
it'll
he'll
make
know
it
how to
worse. I don't think
They are bred to do that.
he's a vicious baby.
He's bred to kill. That's like what their breed of dog does. They said you shouldn't even bathe them, more than once every 2 months because of their hunting techniques. They'll freak out. They have this weird fur, and they don't have any scent, and they match their scent to their world, and they freak out. I'm going to do it, but it's
He's
like
such a freak boy with the way he rubs his body on everything.
the body rub is nuts.
Yeah.
You remember when he had the shark costume on and he killed the snake?
Yeah.
And then he ran out and he rubbed himself in it so he could smell of the dead snake. He knows I'm talking about him. He's got to know I'm talking about him. Okay. I'm glad she found a chew toy. Cranberry's been vibing with us. AJ had to go to a funeral. Lucy and Cranberry together, perfect. Bebop and Cranberry together, perfect. All three of them together, they fight in front of her because they know they can get her riled up. Mm-hmm. It's fucking bananas. But good for them. They're trying their best.
Okay, we have one more question.
Sick. And if you want to ask a question, you heard me earlier. Weekend at Effys. Get on the Patreon.
This is just a quote tweet that says, "Where were you?" from Alley Catch.
Oh, that's fun. Where was I? From Alley Catch. I guess we have to jump into the episode a little bit to kind of get into the news that at the War Games, I was attacked with an explosion bat. Isn't that sounds silly to say a little bit, right?
But that's what happened.
That's what happened. I was attacked with an explosion bat. Let me run this down for you real quick, and then we'll go back in time, and then we'll tell our side of the story. So Saturday, everything's going, and I get thrown out of the cage through a bunch of doors, and they break my fall, and I just kind of chilled for a minute because I figured the guys had things under control. And then all of a sudden, Justice gets hit with an explosion, and he falls on the ground. And then Manders throws Jimmy through a barbed wire board, and so he's out of there. And so I'm like, all right, I got to deal with this. And then all of a sudden, Joey Janela is set on fire by none other than Bubba Ray Dudley and the former Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, and Mance Warner. They set him on fire. And in this time, Joey is removed from the ring, and I get back in, and I start unloading on these losers. And then, Bubba Ray Dudley, because he's a legend Hall of Famer, he did hit me and knock me down. And then, much to my surprise, after a very long time away, obviously I don't think we've seen her since, August? August, maybe? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was later than that. It feels like August. Oh, I just felt blood in my hair. Allie coming out with a barbed wire bat. Clearly this time I didn't know there were explosions on it. I see her coming in. She's coming to help me. I'm laying in a bunch of glass, and all the guys squirm away like little worms. Cardona and Mance and Bubba Ray. Bully Ray, as he is now known. My apologies. And they scurry away. So clearly we could have had the situation under control. And I get up and we do a thing, like sister celebration. And I turn around to deal with them, and I am hit in the back with a barbed wire bat, which number one, barbed wire bat already not really fun to get hit in the back with. Number two, it exploded, Peter. It fucking exploded. Do you understand? Like, I know a lot of this stuff, everybody's looking and they're like, oh, like, they know how to work. My back, like, was blood burning. Joey's burns are worse, right? Because he was literally covered in lighter fluid, and I feel really bad too. And I hope, like, I don't want this to come out wrong. He asked me to put self tanner on him, so I'm sure he would have asked anybody to do it. And then it turns out the self tanner pretty flammable, and then the shirt pretty flammable, his hair pretty flammable. It's a very flammable situation, but. I saw these marks on my back. I was left there. I was like electrocuted with explosions. And she's asking, where was I? Here's a little secret for everyone. I finished this match after everything was said and done, and I was defeated thanks to my good friend Allie Catch. And I spoke with management. I said, Brett, I need to deal with this, and I need to not be on the show tomorrow. And he said, I'll take you off the show, but secret, I snuck into the show and I was watching from the back corner. You can probably go find me on the cameras if you look. But I snuck in. I did not tell anybody. I snuck upstairs and got a look. And I saw what she was saying, which was like, oh, you know, everybody's got to help Effie. Effie only cares about Effie. Effie didn't help me. Oh, Effie's so selfish. You're going to see who the real Effie is. I'm doing this on my own terms. And let me like first say this, which is fucking finally, okay? I don't know if you know this, and I'm going to go back to a particular day because I think this whole fucking thing kind of stems from a particular day. And there are more days after, which I'm going to get into because now I'm opening the door to this. Let's go back to you saying Effie only cares about Effie, right? So there was this day. Mance broke my nose previous to this. You weren't there because you were in England or you were somewhere else. You weren't there. It doesn't matter. And then I had to cut a promo on him and you weren't there, and that's fine. And then I had a match with him in Tampa and coinciding with a big gay brunch in the morning. And so I have this match with Mance, and then I spend all night in the emergency room because he split my head open. And you say, please, you have to still do this tag match. This is a really big match for me. Okay, right? Like, that's a pretty absurd thing to say. We probably could have moved the card around, but fine. I'm here. That's great. Now, clearly I have a lot going on by myself, but I am still tagging with Bussy because these are important bookings for everyone. These are good bookings. And really, it's like a way to get my mind off of things. And so the night after Tampa, I'm still showing up with fucking 8 staples in my head to fight Mason Mansoor. And I'm doing it at the behest of Miss Allison Catch. And then let's fast forward a little bit more where I'm still another match in Tampa later and a strap match later where my hair was ripped out. First strap match, sorry. All my friends come and help. So beautiful. I beat Mansoor. I had to have everybody out there to help me, which I didn't ask for. I didn't ask anyone to come out and help me. And I still got my hair ripped out with a drill. I still, won the match technically with the help of a lot of other people. And yes, Allie was there. That's so great. So now we have an I Quit match at spring break. It's supposed to settle all of this, right? It's supposed to be settled. I Quit match. The loser quits. Not only did she not listen to me, she just had to get in the spotlight so bad that I think she'd had a fucking, ginger ale and whiskey in the middle of the show that she wasn't booked for to run out and fucking try to stop the situation. Now, he's got me strapped to the wall, and I said, please don't do this to me because I'm not going to quit. If I get knocked out, I've been knocked out, Peter. I've been knocked out before. But lo and behold, as I'm getting my fucking shit rocked with a chair, here comes girl with a drill, and then he takes her hostage and has the drill against her head. Why did I quit that match against Mance? Why did I quit? It wasn't me. I didn't quit for me. I quit because my dumb work wife had to fucking get in there with a drill, and now she's being held hostage by Mance Warner. What the fuck did you think? He's like 230 and 6'2". What are you doing in there? And yeah, I'm strapped, whatever. It all worked out. I lost the match. That's great. So let's go where were you? And let's say, why were you? Because you're fucking this up for me. Then we go through the summer, whatever. We bussy a lot. I get through the cage of survival, which is where I said, do not enter. Please do not be a part of this. Please leave me on my own. And for once, you took the hint. And what happened, Peter? I won the match against Mansoor there, right? And then after I beat Mansoor, he becomes the champion. And in order to work with my mental health and where my brain was and what my position was, I needed to be quelled for a moment because this feud had taken too much out of me. And so because of that, I went back and just kept tagging. I was just like, let's just do tags. That's fine. I'll just low key it. I'll act like it didn't happen. I'll have fucking amnesia. I'll cut my hair and I'll go back to just pussy tagging, and that's fine. But here I am in the middle of one of the hottest feuds single for me of the year. And now I'm over here being told, like, it's better if you just go over here and it's for your health and it's this. Selfishly, I'm being told this shit because I don't want to be sitting on tags. I don't care that my mental health and my brain is deteriorating and I can't stand half the time in the showers. I really don't give a shit because I want to go kill Mance Warner. And still, business is going to continue. There's problems with Joey and Mance. There's things going on over here, but I am still just sitting in the middle, having my little dog and pony show, doing my bussy dance. We go to Japan, and that's where shit fucking falls apart. And she would love for me to spill everything here. She would love for me to spill all of it here. But I spent my time tagging in Japan, multiple tags. I love chic. I love tagging. I'm not like disparaging all of that, but I'm saying like there's shit that went down. And this is where you say, where were you? Because where I was when all of your problems were beginning, even though I didn't fucking understand why there was an issue to begin with, I didn't understand both sides of the argument. I don't agree with either of you on what's being discussed. And I'm stuck in the middle of this whole situation because you won't talk to them and they won't talk to you. And I've got to be in the middle, being the communicator to people who are being completely rude. So where was I? I was trying and I was wasting my breath. But if you think where I needed to be was so on your side that I'm walking away from a problem that I don't have, an issue that I don't have, I'm not going to step away from my consistent job, my high position in this company. And really, it was a fucking breath of fresh air to not have to deal with you for a few fucking weeks. How about that? It felt good. I put in all the effort. I told everybody what I needed to tell them. I made all the concessions I could make. And then if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, I need to move forward. I'm not answering questions. That's how it's going to be. And I was fine with that. And so to see you back, I thought maybe there's some sense knocked into you. You know, I think there had been some negotiations. I think there had been some chat. But let's be clear, you were back because you were jealous of me, because you wanted to mess with me. And I keep thinking, okay, I know earlier I said finally, and I'll get to that part, but you wanted to be on a team with EFFY, right? Okay, that comes with different things. I know what I am, Peter. What I am is an outlaw, road dog, underground sensation. And now in the age of the internet, that's what actually matters. Nobody's watching TV. People are barely watching pay-per-views. Nobody cares. But the live shows that we're doing are selling out. We're picking up in venues. We're doing bigger and bigger spots. We're consistently working all the time. These aren't people that are devoting their lives to, you know, a particular company of wrestling. We are consistent wrestlers who are working all the time. And because of that, I'm not signing contracts anywhere. And because of that, I don't care what these companies think about me. But what I'm saying is I'm very successful at what I do. I'm very independent in what I do. I have people from all walks of life, signed, unsigned, working all the time, working a little bit, wanting to work more, asking me questions, knowing I understand the fucking forefront of this industry. And now you want it both ways. I've told you time and time again, and one of the first times I told you publicly was after we fought Mason Mansour at the Big A Brunch in Tampa, to go back to that moment. I said, I love you. But you do not need to stand next to me if you want to get to where you want to go. You want to be signed somewhere. You want to be under contract. You want to be on TV. You're working the diet. You're working the body. You're in the gym all the time. You're learning new moves all the time. That's great. But I'm telling you, friend to friend, at this moment, you can't get that if you stand next to EFFY. I make fun of those people that are looking to sign you. I think they are fucking losers. I think all of the companies are keeping a bunch of mid-carders around who are begging people not to notice, to keep their jobs. And I will continue entertaining adults. I will continue going and making the stories I want to make. I will not ask them their opinion. I will not expect their help. And I will continue doing what I'm doing, but you can't have it both ways. So yes, thank God you attacked me, because now you can find out that whether you get this thing you want so badly, it's all on you. You're not going to be able to look over and say, oh, EFFY took this away from me, or, oh, I did too much gay things with EFFY, or EFFY pulled his ass out and now they don't want to sign me at so and so and such and such. If you want what you want, now you are free to go get it. You do not have to stand next to me. And I hate that you had to figure it out on your own, but thank God you attacked first, because now I get to tell you, good. You are rid of me. You are free of me. You do not get the benefits. You do not get the negatives. And you also do not get to be in bussy without me. So going forward, I will address this in a different way. I'm sure the Patreon's going to hear this before the weekend. This will come out later. But yes, Allison, I wasn't there in the sense of fucking what? I have been there at every step of the way. Effie only cares about Effie. Yeah, I fucking wish I did at this point, because then I wouldn't fucking pay everybody fairly. I wouldn't create shows that are detrimental to my health to book more people and showcase more people and give people more spotlights. I wouldn't fucking carry you around during the time where I had the biggest singles feud almost in the world with Mance Warner, and then I got to watch fucking WWE TV and see them redo and rehash half of our fucking spots, or watch Blood and Guts and see them redo and rehash our fucking spots. Great. That's cool. We're inspirational. We're teaching you, but we're losers. We can never be a part of you. Great. What I'm doing right now then is refocusing on me, because if I had just been focusing on me, Peter, only me, during this time, I would have accomplished a lot more. And it wouldn't bum me out that my friends were at risk, because if I didn't have any fucking friends, there's no one to risk but myself. And you know as well as anyone, I don't give a fuck. My whole life is a risk. I'm living on the edge. My dad didn't think I'd even live past 22. So what the fuck, we're at 34 and I'm jumping off of shit and getting lit on fire and exploded, and I'm still fine. So good, Allison. I want you to go on your clean little path and find your contract and set your marks and know your entrance and do everything. But before you do any of that, you have one last stand with me, and you will have to find out what happens when you step to Effie. When we wrestled in Texas, I didn't take it that seriously, and I ripped your mom's leg off, and I put on cat makeup, and I went through the tables, and you got the win there, and I kissed your boot, and I kissed your mom's fucking fake leg, and what a fun bit, and we're all together, and that was to teach you something, that you are good and you are valuable. But I ain't whispering in the back of your ear anymore, and now you're going to find out about Effie. And we are not fucking. We are fighting. You are either fucking or fighting, and you are fucked, Allison Catch. You are done, Allison Catch. And I hope that it isn't as horrible to you as I think it's going to be. And I hope that people will still support me after this, because I'm going to beat the fucking tar off your shoes. You have nothing to fear except for death, because after this, once you're free of Effie for real, once I get my hands on you and you get your hands on me, and maybe you'll destroy me, you can go on and be the alley cat you want to be. And it doesn't always have to be Effie and Allie, or Effie with an asterisk featuring Allie. And you can go be the showcase star you want to be. That's great. The hater blockers are the only thing that got me through that. They're available at effylives.com/merch. And I'm still plugging merch, you dumb bitch, because that's what I do. Good luck, Allison. I can't wait to see how we work this out. I will be getting microphone time this weekend at Game Changer Wrestling. I will not say when or where, but I will say Friday, I'm fighting Rini Yamashita. And the first time we fought was in Alabama, and we could not use any sort of deathmatch weaponry. And I have a feeling Denver doesn't give a fuck. So we're going to get nutso. Rena, get it out of my system, because I need to just fucking let loose. Oh, and guess who's not at either of the shows this weekend? That's right, Alley Catch. Wonderful. Does that answer that question?
Uh-huh.
Other than that, I actually had a pretty fun weekend, I got to be honest. Friday, how can I just trail off into that? What am I doing? This is insane. Do you have any comments, Peter? Or do you not want to comment in the middle of this?
I don't think I need to comment on
All right,
this.
that's
I think
fair.
you said everything.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I was just sort of looking to... It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Can I say one more thing?
Of course.
Allie, are you listening to Mance? Because I need you to look at something. This is a guy who has been telling us, oh, I'm ditching you for the money and the paydays and the championships. Let's look at the fucking statistics, Allie. You got to pay Jinder Mahal. You got to pay Matt Cardona. You got to pay Bully Ray. You got to pay JBL. This dude is bleeding out of his ass to keep his belt. This dude is paying everyone but himself to keep his belt. This is a charade. This is a fake show. This is a fugazi, to quote my good friend Matthew McConaughey. I'm making the green choice, And I'm telling you, if you really believe that man is happy and rich and awesome right now, you're a fucking fool. Because I saw him counting out bills to Bully Ray. I saw him paying off somebody before War Games. I saw everything. And you are not going to like what it really looks like because he's got a facade. But I don't know. Maybe you can fake it. Maybe you can act like it's really doing well for you. Maybe you can make me jealous by showing me how good it really is. You know, Friday we were filming that thing for that thing, and I can't get into it because it hasn't released yet, and it's supposed to. And there's actually like there's a bit of a heated issue over it. I'll get into that later. But I did go up to do that shoot in New York, and I went up Thursday night and got to hang out with Nick Karp, which was wonderful. And you know what Nick Karp showed me that we watched before I went to pick up? No, I guess I picked up Cole Radrick first. This is what's crazy. So I got there and I was like, oh, I'll help these people get to their spot. You know, a lot of us are coming into town for the video shoot. I ended up at all 3 New York City airports in this rental car in the span of under 20 hours. From 6 p.m. to about 2 p.m., I saw every one of the airports, LGA, JFK, and EWR, which is where we got Cole. Now, Nick showed me the John Wilson Talking Heads David Byrne thing. Have you ever seen this?
No.
Okay. So it's like one of the early John Wilsons where I guess David Byrne's team hires him to be the documentary crew at one of his concerts that he's doing. But also there's another documentary crew there anyway. So he just John Wilson's the whole thing. And it's incredible and it's magic. And I think it's only on like Daily Motion. But that was very, very fascinating to watch.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
It's good. I think we can find it if we look.
Yeah.
It was very good. Cole got there. Luckily, you know, all hail Tony Khan. And I won't say any more than that, but my accommodation tonight was very nice. Now, Tony doesn't know he helped me out, but he did tremendously. All hail. The next day we got the shoot done, but me and Manders, we were both at the shoot, and I'm really sorry I can't say more. I thought everything would be out by now. I have some items from the shoot that I'm like waiting to sell on Whatnot, and I can't. The shoot doesn't exist yet. You don't know what you're buying. So hopefully that comes out shortly. I think people are going to figure out what it's about because I think the Ticketmaster link might go up before, I don't know. It doesn't matter. After the shoot, me and Manders, because we had already made the accommodation to go to Lucha Libre and Laughs, I don't cancel dates no matter what. And if I've got to do a video shoot in the morning, I've done this before, I will go to the video shoot, I will fly the same day, and I will go to Denver, Colorado. And that's what me and the lovely Steve Manders did. We landed at 6 p.m. By the time we got the rental and got to the venue at 7:03, which is doors at 7, and then I was semi-main. So I had all night to sit around. The promoter was like real worried we weren't going to make it, and we made it. And I got to wrestle one of the most unique AEW talents on the roster today, and that is Abaddon. Abaddon is not binary. They are a monster. They are from the underworld. They are so sickening and hot and evil. And we had such a fun time having this match for Lucha Libre and Laughs. The Lucha Libre and Laughs crowd is like not necessarily hardcore wrestling fans. My friend Sean lives out there and we went to high school together and he's a big wrestling fan. A couple of the people are, but it's like a lot of drunk bachelorettes and like gay bears. And so it's just like a very casual audience as far as wrestling fans go. And wrestling for them, like you can really kind of turn up the vaudeville in a sense. And so there was like really sick wrestling moves in there. Like I saw Johnny Nitro, John Morrison, as he was known tonight, Johnny Denver, Johnny Outback is what they called him in Australia. And I only get to see him. He goes, what are we going to do? Just see each other every 3 months and have a good time and then never talk about it? And I was like, yeah, we are. That's awesome. He was in a different locker room for most of the show. And I was calling my match and stuff. And they were like, John Morrison's here. And I was like, what? John Morrison's here. And I ended up running into him right when he got out of his match. And he saw me when I finished my match too. And he was like, bro, you're such a sick bass. And I think people need to hear that. And I especially need to hear it because like, yes, I can do very silly stuff in wrestling. I can do weird stuff, horny stuff, funny stuff, hardcore stuff, bloody stuff, crazy stuff. But also like, I'm actually very good at professional wrestling. I just have chosen a bit of a different path some of the times. And so then to do this match where there's a lot of this silly stuff happening, but then all of a sudden, boom, like damn, he got them right for that move. Like it's very validating and cool. And I think Johnny liked the match. That's what counts. He also was one of the guys who told me that monkey is the best actor I've ever worked with. When he was in the WrestleMania movie, I was like, whoa, that monkey's like really famous. He was like, yeah, he's been in like 50 things and he's the best actor I've ever worked with, which I thought was just like phenomenally honest to be like, people just aren't as good at acting as monkeys. They know how to hit their marks. They know what they're doing. Me and Mander stuck together. We hung out with the boys for a little bit. Abaddon was fantastic. I just hope they use them more on TV. I know it's like, with spooky characters, they're going to get pushed a little more around the October months. I know Danhausen dealt with that a little bit, but, I think we all get slung around with creative sometimes. I hope that they will put some more use in Abaddon because they are just like a super fun competitor. Now we stayed out a little bit and then me and Manders actually had different flights, but we ended up getting to the airport about the same time. Here's what's crazy. Who was sitting in the same terminal as me on a different flight? Abaddon. We saw each other again. And so we chatted out for like another few minutes before everything took off. And I got some very kind, wonderful words from Abaddon and they had been really excited for the match. And I think like, even when you're signed, we have different experiences, right? There's things Abaddon has experienced that I have not experienced in the world of wrestling. There's things I've experienced that Abaddon hasn't just because I've done it so long. So I think they're like 4 or 5 years into the biz and I'm like 11 years into the biz now. And they kind of made that point of like, I want to work with you because you kind of can work with anyone because you've worked so much. And I was like, I'm glad people notice that. Like, I'm glad it comes across that way. And then also like being in the middle of figuring a match out and going, yo, is there any stuff most of these people can't do for you? And then realizing like we can plot those cool things in and make them awesome. It was very, very rewarding and fun and validated myself as a wrestler. I think, I've been nose to the grindstone. Like we've discussed this enough. I don't reflect. There's no reflecting. There's just the next match. And then, when people come up to you at the merch table and they're like, Effie, thank you so much for everything you've done. And you're just thinking about the last like 2 weeks and you're like, I humped a guy? I don't know. What did I do? But you don't realize like I have been doing this a very long time. I have covered a lot of bases. And also once again, Alley Catch, if you look at the fucking material, I don't only care about Effie. Now I'm mad that I didn't. Oh, I could have just had everybody hate me and just been a selfish little fucking pig. Would I have had more money then? Either way, it's nice validation. It feels good. And we got on the plane. I flew, I think I didn't have a direct flight. No, I had to fly through Midway, Chicago. And then I flew to Philly. And then Chuck Tiger picked me up. We went straight to Atlantic City. Guess what time I got to Atlantic City for the War Games match? When doors were opening. Can you fucking believe it? I didn't have time for shit. People were like, oh, I didn't see you much this weekend. Yeah, you fucking think? I like showed up when doors are happening. And then, the match is main event. So I'm not going out before then. And then what? I get exploded? I get thrown in the glass? I get fucking bled out. I fall off the side of a cage. Like, what do we? Sometimes you won't see me. You've seen me many times. I'm gonna get her. Maybe you just running around. She's trying. I get there. I see what is going on. Matt Cardona's running around screaming because he's so scared. He's got tears in his eyes. Mansworn is nowhere to be found. My team, I'm helping Joey put on the fucking spray tan that led to the death. I feel horrible. Joey's just such a maverick of this business. And, I've seen him go through so much crazy, unreal. I'm going to get her. Maybe you just running around. She's trying. I get there. I see what is going on. Matt Cardona's running around screaming because he's so scared. He's got tears in his eyes. Mansworn is nowhere to be found. My team, I'm helping Joey put on the fucking spray tan that led to the death. I feel horrible. Joey's just such a maverick of this business. And, I've seen him go through so much crazy, unreal, like just some of the most spectacular bumps of all time. And the fact that he's still wrestling at the level and speed and agility that he is after all of this. And I mean, the next day I didn't even appear the next show. And Joey went out and cut a promo because he was so fucking pissed at Bully Ray and Matt Cardona for lighting him on fire. He was like, nah, I'm talking shit. Full double arms bandaged, losing his mind crazy. It was kind of incredible. And so like all props to Joey Janela. He really killed in that match. I think we're going to have a special guest on the show soon. And this is someone who I've been spending a lot of time with, and that is Charlie Tiger. I want to tell you a story about Charlie Tiger. My bag was overweight and I didn't want to pay for another bag. And I was like, what if I just fly you to Atlanta in a little bit and we go to like the Fest show together and you do the podcast? And he was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I'll just leave this jacket. My bag won't be overweight. I don't have to pay another $60 for a fucking bag right now. Can we do that? And he's like, yeah. So I think we're going to work that out. It'll be good. And then we have another Atlanta show at the beginning of December that I'll fill you in on that I think he might be around for as well.
Hell yeah.
So, but beyond just Charlie Tiger time, we woke up that next day after the War Games match and I was just like burnt to a crisp. And it turns out I've been in the showboat like probably 300 times and I couldn't get the idea out of my head about doing either an episodic or a book of only the days that I've spent in the showboat, like going back and sort of looking at my career from just the days in the showboat, because it is one of the strangest places, but I didn't know this area existed. The place they held the show the next day looked just like the building from the Country Bears Jamboree, and I've never seen this building in my life. It's on the second floor behind the lobby, and it used to be like a country buffet restaurant, but now it's, I guess, has wrestling. But next to that is also a spa that's open and they have full steam room and sauna. And I was like, listen, Charlie ended up driving to and from Philadelphia 5 times to help people with rides. That's like dedicated as fuck. And he had to take Manders because someone else fell asleep. I'm not going to throw them under the bus. Someone else fell asleep Sunday morning and Charlie had to take Manders. So I said, listen, Charlie, I'm not asking this in a weird way. Like, if you want me to wait for you to go to the sauna steam room, I will wait. But if you don't want to do that, like I genuinely do. I'm not going based on whether you do or not. And he was like, wait for me. And he got back by about 10:30 a.m. And I said, fuck it, let's go. We're the only people. We shut the spa down. So we had the guy open the door. They're open, but there's one guy there. Like imagine if we'd ordered a pedicure and there's one guy there. So there's one guy there. He opens it, and I was like, listen, we just want to use the sauna and steam room. He goes, let me turn it on. Lock the door back. I felt like T.I., you know what I mean? Like, it was like, yeah, we're going to the spa. Lock the door. And we just sweated out. And he was like, how long do you stay in here? And I was like, till you feel sick or uncomfortable. That's how you do it. I had to sweat it out, though. I had hate and explosives and glass and just air travel. And I just fucking kept sweating until I couldn't sweat anymore. And it was magic. And then, I also ate a cinnamon roll. So shout out that. Also shout out Cole Radrick. It was Cole Radrick's first weekend back. And he just like killed it. I talked to him a bunch when he got in Thursday and then we were hanging out Friday before I left. And he was like, I want to make sure I really knock this out. And I was like, dude, you're going to knock this out. But like, until you do it, I think I would have thought the same thing of like, I really have to knock this out. All the streamers came down. Everybody was hype. Everybody was pumped. He beat Blake Christian. Incredible. And he beat Matt Cardona on Sunday. So like, hey, Cole, please don't turn your back on me because you're really good. And if I need like a teammate sometime, like I would, like Manners is great. Sheik is great. You know, clearly Allie's out as of now. I don't know what happened to Megan Bain. We could use a Cole Radrick on the team. Just letting you know, please. But you know what? I think Cole Radrick's got sights set on some other things too. Shout out Cole Radrick, Alec Price. I hope that works out. It was a wonderful weekend to get to hang and spend time again with Cole Radrick because it's been too long. And Cole's like a little like me in the sense of like we'll text each other sporadically. Like when we're around each other, it's like inseparable. Like we're like day to day, we're hanging out, we're boys, let's go get breakfast. And then like to be away, it was like, I literally haven't seen you in 3 months. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I've texted you and like liked your photos, but like this is like, I haven't spent any time with you in 3 whole months. And I went from every single weekend we're hanging out. So it's like a really crazy thing. But I was like, yo, like, I'm 100% whatever Team Cole needs to be. And like, do you need some snacks? Do you need some drinks? Like, what do we need to do? I was just so hyped to have him back. It was great. Yeah, the showboat's a whole different animal now. I've been in there through thick and thin. And like, to go from back before the COVID shows, where it was like, had lost its casino license, had nothing in it, no water park, no go-karts, no racetrack, just like desolate. We were the only people selling tickets in this building, or people who wanted cheap access to the Hard Rock. Like nobody's hanging out in the Showboat, to it becoming completely deserted during COVID, where we just fucking, the monkeys took control of the zoo there. Like I know all the back hallway elevators. They have security there now. And then to last night, where it used to be like a sand pit, where I think a few places ran, there were dog trash fuck companies. The sand pit is now completely greened and fake grass and fences right next to the water park, overlooking the water park and the sea. There's go-karts, there's all this. And so for them to keep having this sort of the wildest version of wrestling possible in the same building that's becoming so family friendly, phenomenal. I did find out why they couldn't use the regular building, and the reason was so stupid. Like it was a billiards convention that like 20 people came to. And they were like, yeah, like we booked it out and they paid the full fee. And like, yeah, we know this is going to be bad, but like also, you know, they paid the fee and they're like, can you go by the water park? And we were like, yeah, can we fit 2 fucking cages out there? Let's fucking go. It was phenomenal though. The weather was so good. You had the lights that were great. The fire really shows in the dark. Ooh. A really beautiful time at the Showboat, and just a constant reminder that it is hell and heaven and purgatory all in one. Maybe it's everything. Maybe the Showboat is everything, don't you think? I don't know. You've never been to the Showboat. You don't know the vibes.
No, I'm so curious about it though.
God, we have to get you to the Showboat. What do we do? I don't know when the next time we're in the Showboat
We'll
is.
figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. It's I'm glad you've gotten to come to at least some of the shows, so it does make a fun difference. I might bring him down to Tampa if I'm driving. We might see if that works. You think he'll do okay on a little road trip?
Yeah, totally.
I think it's better than the flying for the first one, you know?
Yeah.
We'll see. He's a little goober. He's a super goober. I had a great weekend, except for, you know, my sister turning on me, but I'm trying to see, you know, the silver lining, and that is maybe this is what's best for her. Maybe this is what's best for me. And I'm furious and I'm hurt, and, you know, really you had to pick the time where, you know, my fucking reputation against Warner's on the line, where I could have pinned Mance Warner again and maybe had a shot at the belt, which I've expressed to you, you know, and expressed to everyone in public, but expressed to you specifically in private. And I think that made you mad, and that's okay, because I'm going to make you even madder. Yeah. What else is there to say, Peter? What else is there to say?